The legend is back, baby. Haven't seen him since I think the last Karate Kid, the reboot. I'm not sure. I could be crazy, but I think seriously that is the last movie that he's done. I could be crazy though. But I saw The Foreigner today. Holy shit, what a good movie, man. Let's just jump right into it. The plot of this movie is very simple. I have it written down here just so I don't forget, because it's kind of a confusing movie, but it all comes together, and I'll explain that in a little bit here. Basically, Jackie Chan's daughter is killed, and the Irish dude who you saw in the trailer, that's Pierce Brosnan, he's the original James Bond, so it's Jackie Chan versus James Bond. Isn't that fucking crazy? Jackie Chan thinks that he's responsible for the killings of his daughter, and so basically it's just Jackie Chan terrorizing Pierce Brosnan, and then a lot of the story revolves around Pierce Brosnan and not so much Jackie Chan. We'll get into that in a little bit here. Now, let's jump into what I liked and disliked about the movie. But before I jump too much into it, what I should say is this, because this can be considered a pro or a con, The Foreigner is a suspense thriller film that has action in it, but not just any type of action, Jackie Chan action. So it's not exactly an action film. Like I said, I'll get into this whole Jackie Chan part of the movie in a little bit here. Let me just talk about what I liked about the movie first, though. Jackie Chan and Pierce Brosnan are the main characters without a doubt. The movie's advertised to have Jackie Chan as your main protagonist. You're going to follow him as he hunts down the killers who bombed his daughter and bombed London. And in order to find those names, he has to get them out of Pierce Brosnan because he thinks Pierce Brosnan is involved with them. Fair enough. So like I said, Jackie Chan and Pierce Brosnan are the main characters. They're both just brilliant. They're phenomenal. Their roles, they have such a good, I don't know what you call it, dichotomy between the two. Jackie Chan is just fearless in this movie. He's almost like psychotic in his quest for revenge. He just refuses to believe that anybody is telling the truth. And Pierce Brosnan, you can tell his character's kind of backed up against the wall, and in a weird way you kind of feel for him, but also he's kind of like a scumbag, so you kind of don't feel for him. You're kind of thinking to yourself, yeah, you kind of backed yourself into a corner here, bro, so good luck getting out. Okay, now we're going to jump into the pros a little bit here. The action in this movie was phenomenal. And like I said at the beginning, I know I pinned this as a suspense thriller with action in it, but I have to say, whenever there is action, Jesus fucking Christ, it is phenomenal. Seriously, like Jackie Chan seriously kills it in this movie. He is fucking awesome. He nails that like old man with skills style very well. Like, he still knows how to fight, and he still can totally kick your ass. But at the end of the fight, you know, he's like, you know, he's got his hand on his back, he's aching, like he's in pain, you know. All of the actors in this movie were phenomenal. There was not like one scene or one character that felt out of place in this movie. The movie was just well acted overall. All the actors did an amazing job. The one thing I had to write down while I was in the movie, because it's one thing that I usually overlook when I review movies, is the soundtrack. I actually had to like go on my phone and like write down soundtrack. The soundtrack in this movie, oh my god, I fucking loved it. Every time the sound or there was music in this movie, it just sucks you into the movie. Like the music just sucks you in. You are in this world now. You're like, oh my god, like you're biting your nails because of how intense it is, or just like you're watching the action. Like I have my mouth like just constantly open, jaw to the ground. That's how awesome the music in this movie is. And if I'm being honest with myself, there's not much else to talk about that's really a pro. It was a really fun, aesthetic movie to watch. The story was great, but I'm going to talk about something a little bit with the story here, and it's going to kind of go into my cons list. At first, I felt when you're watching the movie, there's too many like subplots. There was the main plot, which was Jackie Chan's plot. Then, well, I'm sorry, there was the main plot, which is the Pierce Brosnan plot, which kind of ventures into Jackie Chan's daughter being killed, and then there's just all these subplots going off out of nowhere, and I was like, I'm kind of lost watching this movie, but at the end, I was very pleased with how all of the plots came together. Like, there's characters that are being introduced in the middle of the movie and somewhere near the end of the movie, and I'm like, why are there new characters being introduced? And then the movie at the end kind of just neatly explains it all, and I really like that. So not all those subplots that I was confused about, the movie explains it all very nicely. I appreciated that. But with that being said, I'm going to start my cons list now, and it's really the only con in the movie that I could think of. The movie's advertised as a Jackie Chan movie with Pierce Brosnan as the villain. That's not true. It's either Pierce Brosnan is the main plot of the movie and Jackie Chan is the subplot of the movie, or they both run parallel to each other. Personally, I lean towards Pierce Brosnan is plot A and Jackie Chan is plot B, which sounds weird because of the advertising of this movie, but I was confused by it because there's so many different subplots and there's so many different characters that this movie is exploring. But thankfully, by the end, all those plots are explained, and you kind of finally get that all these plots are connected. It's not just a big jumbled fucking mess. The only downside is, and I think this is the con for me, is that Jackie Chan is not the main focus of this movie. But when he is in the movie, you're like, fuck, I want more Jackie Chan, man. He nails it. This role is definitely different from what he's taken in the past. It's a lot darker, and yeah, he straight up kills people. That's fucking awesome. But think about it. If Jackie Chan isn't like the main star, and you pitch the movie as Jackie Chan kills terrorists, say no more. I'm fucking sold, man. I'm in. Just more Jackie Chan. If you're gonna advertise it as a Jackie Chan movie, you need to have a lot of Jackie Chan, and he needs to be the main part of the movie. He can't be the sub part of the movie. With that being said, I'll give the movie an 8. I feel like that's what it deserves. It's a fair rating in my opinion. Just needs more Jackie Chan. That's really it. I'm not going to talk about the spoilers or the story for this movie because there's so much to talk about, and I've already ranted about non-spoiler stuff to begin with. There is one storyline that deals with the guy that I thought was Aaron Taylor Johnson, which by the way is not Aaron Taylor Johnson. He looks identical to him. I'll put their pictures up somewhere so you can see what I'm talking about. I don't know his name. And with a woman, and I didn't like it. It was really fucking weird. But like I said, it gets explained at the end, but that was just a weird twist. I was watching that and I was like, wait a minute, is that like going on? Yeah, that's going on. Okay. I'm not sure if there's going to be a sequel to this movie or not. You have Pierce Brosnan's ending, which indicates to me that there is probably going to be a sequel to this one. And then you have Jackie Chan's ending, which indicates that there's probably not going to be a sequel. So I'm not sure. But I'll tell you this, if there is a movie called The Foreigner, and with Jackie Chan's ending kind of being like set in stone type thing where like his ending could be finalized, you can't call it The Foreigner if it doesn't have Jackie Chan's character in it, you know? That's all I got for you guys. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.